All right, so once again, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our math class. Okay, so as far as I remember, the last time we met is I gave you a homework, right? So I want everybody to get your math workbook and open on page number 26, chapter 3, page number 26, math workbook. Page number 26. Okay, so let me go ahead and share the page for you, class. Hold on.
Teacher, workbook and checkbook.
Math workbook. Oh. Okay, here. Page number 26. Add and subtract up to 1,000. So we will answer your homework from last time, okay? So before you had your midterm test, I gave you a homework. So let's try to answer that right now. Again, open your workbook, math workbook on page number 26, 2 and 6. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay, so let's start, kids. So let's try to answer number 1 or 3.1 simple addition, okay? So it says here for number 1, add, color the answers in the jigsaw puzzle below. Okay, so for number 1, we have letter A, B, C, D, E, and F. All right, for letter A, 518 plus 51. What's the answer?
569.
Very good, Ashita. Class, if you know the answer, because you already answered this, so I assume that you already have the answer in your workbook. Okay, letter B. For letter B, we have 631 plus 63.
694.
Oh, okay, very good. So that's 694. What about for letter C? 312 plus 260.
572.
All right, 572. Letter D, we have 348 plus 251.
599.
Okay, 599. Letter E, 106 plus 60.
166.
All right, 166. Class, try to check your answer now if it's the same here. Okay, try to check your answer. All right, for letter F, 191 plus 800.
991.
All right, so that's 991. Okay, now let's try to solve the puzzle, class, okay? So this is the puzzle. Number 2 question, Kit collected 413 stamps, okay? And then Peggy collected 86 more stamps than Kit. How many stamps did Peggy collect? So what is the total of the stamps that Peggy collected?
499.
Okay, so that's 499. Okay, next. 3.2 addition with regrouping, okay? So for number one, we have letter A and letter B over here. So for letter A, 134 plus 38. What's the sum?
172.
Okay, that's 172. And letter B, 637 plus 92.
Okay. 729.
Okay, very good. So class, in this section, this one, let's try to write the missing numbers, okay? I wasn't able to explain this last time. So let's try to answer this right now. Again, T.
May I go to the toilet?
Yes, you may go. All right, so class, this is actually the steps on how you add the numbers in regrouping, okay? So number one, we add ones, right? So we add the ones, which is this one. Number two, regroup. When we say regroup, oh, hold on.
Teacher.
Yes?
Afternoon, teacher.
Oh, okay.
Teacher, may I go to toilet, please?
Yes, you may.
May I go to toilet, please?
Yes, you may. Okay.
Teacher, may I go to the water, please?
Class. Later na, just go one by one. How tall you stay? Let's wait till your other classmate to arrive or to come back. Okay, number two. Number two, class, find the sum of each of the following. So we have 539 plus 348. What's the sum? What's the sum over here? 539.
887.
Okay, so that's 887. What about here? 326 plus 65.
Three hundred and 91.
Okay, very good. Next, 819 plus 44.
863.
Okay, so that's 863. And then next, 291 plus 38.
329.
329. Okay. Next, 864 plus 95.
139.
All right, so that's 939. And what about here? 179 plus 481.
660.
Okay, 660. And 665 plus 99.
730.
753. Okay. All right, so turn your book to the next page, page number 28. All right, so we have to solve the riddle class. But before that, we need to answer first the problem inside the planet, okay? So first, 436 plus 179. 436 plus 179. What's the sum? Find the sum.
Six 615.
615. Okay. And next, 354 plus 168.
422.
Okay, so that's 522. All right, next. 198 plus 606.
804.
804. Next, 183 plus 68.
251.
Okay. Next, 678 plus 54.
732. 732.
Okay, class, one moment. I will get my headset now because I cannot hear you. Hold on. I'll be right back.
732. 732.
Okay, I'm sorry. I need to use my headset first because the rain is so heavy. I can't hear you. Okay, now let's continue. All right, so the last one, we have 678 plus 54.
732.
Okay, very good. So there's a question over here. Which planet can sing in tune? Which planet can sing in tune? So 804, what letter in 804? We have letter N.
N. A.
And the next,
E.
next,
P.
P, next,
T. T.
okay, next, and N, E, okay, good job.
N. E.
All right, now let's proceed to number 4. Otto, can you read number 4, please?
Tay has 291 bottle caps. He collects another 123 bottle caps. How many bottle caps does Tay have now?
Okay, so how many bottle caps? First is 291, right? Plus another 123 bottle caps. So how many bottle caps does they have now?
414.
Okay, so that's 414. So Tay has 414 bottle caps now. Okay, so we already done with addition. So let's proceed to page number 29, simple subtraction. Okay, so number 1 class, subtract, then color the answers in the boxes below to find the path Pi is taking to get to his favorite fruit. Okay, let's try to subtract the following numbers. We have A, B, C, D, and E, and F. Okay, for letter A, 988 minus 61.
970. 27.
Okay, so that's 927. What about for letter B? We have 769 plus 58.
711.
Okay, very good. And letter C, 147 minus 30.
137.
137 law. What's the answer for letter C? 147 minus 30.
302.
302.
It's 117 class. Look, 147 minus 30. Okay, that's 117. All right, for letter D, 281 minus 140.
141.
Okay, very good. Letter E, 427 minus 126.
302.
303.
Okay, that's
302.
302. And letter F, 896 minus 200.
696.
Okay, very good. Now for Mango's class, as you can see, we color 711, 117, and 302. Oh, and then I'm sorry, that's for Mangosteen. For Mango, we have 141. And then for Durian, we have 927 and 696. So that means Phi's favorite fruit is the durian because it has the number of durian over here. It has more number of durian. Okay. Now everybody turn your book to page number 30. Page number 30. Okay, so subtraction with regrouping. So for number 1, we have letter A and we have letter B. Okay, so for letter A, 737 minus 29 is equals to
708.
708. Very good. For letter B, we have 618 minus 33.
585.
585. Okay, so class, look at this number over here, okay? Can you try to write the following numbers, like the 3, the 2, the 10, and the 17? Also 6, 5, 10, and 11. So class, this one over here, these are the steps, okay? These are the steps on how to subtract with regrouping. So the first thing is regroup 3 tens, this one, into 2 tens and then 10 ones. So don't mind this one because this is kind of difficult now. So just leave this one, just write the number over here, this one. So this is just a steps or procedure on how to do subtraction with regrouping. So do not mind this one, but you can write the number. Finish.
Finish. Finish. Finish.
Okay.
Finish.
All right, so now let's proceed to number 2, page number 30. So So find the difference for each of the following, okay? For letter A, 529 minus 67 equals to 529 minus 67, so that equals to
462.
okay, that's 462. All right, for letter B, 700.
Teacher, may I go to the left, please?
Yes, you may. So for letter B, 762 minus 181.
181.
81.
All right, so that's 581. Okay, next. Letter C, 312 minus 136.
176.
176. It's not 26 now, it's 76. Okay. Letter D is 650 minus 284.
366.
Okay, very good. So that's 366. Now, class, page number 31. This is the last page for your homework. So
Work.
no. This is the last page on your homework. Last time, okay? So we have letter E, M, T, and I. For letter E, 482 minus 166. What's the answer?
360.
316. Okay. For letter M, 843 minus 38.
805.
Okay,
805.
805. Class, don't forget to check your workbook now if it's the same exact answer. Okay, for letter T,
I'm reading.
641 minus 17.
I read it.
824.
Okay, 624. And for letter I,
reading.
595 minus 179, that's 416. So what is the word here? What is the word?
T.
T-I-M-E.
Time. T-I-M-E, and that is time. Okay, very good. All right, so that ends the homework that I gave you not last week, but 2 weeks ago. All right, so class, let's proceed to a new topic. Everybody get your math textbook. So this time, we will use your math textbook and open on page number 47. All right, just give me 1 second. Let me just go ahead and pull up a page. So solving word problems, page number 47. Oh, all right, there you go. Okay, so our new topic this afternoon is solving word problems involving addition and subtraction, okay? All right, so let's start. We have example number 7. Bowie, can you read example number 7 for me, please? Bowie, can you read this one for me? Can you read it? Crate
Crate
contains
contains 414 red apples.
milk,
Put 158 green apples into the
crate.
crate. How many apples are there in the crate in total?
Okay, very good. So I'm gonna read one more time. A crate contains 414 red apples. Mo puts 158 green apples into the crate. How many apples are there in the crate in total? So class, this one is called crate, okay? This one, this box right here. That one is called crate. All right. Now, in this problem, all you have to do is to add the two numbers, which is 414 plus 158. So here's the solution. Okay. So this part right here is the red apples, which is 414. And then the one right here, the one right here is the green apple. So this one is actually 158. This is not 185 now, this is 158. Okay. So now, how many apples in the crate in total? How many apples now, class? In the crate in total? So you just have to add 414 red apples and then 158 green apples. So that's a total of 572 because 8 plus 4, that's 12. And then carry 1. 1 plus 5, that's 6. Plus 1, that's 7. And then 4 plus 1, that's 5. So there are 572 apples in the crate. You see, there are 572 apples in total over here. All right, let's proceed to the next. Let's proceed to the next example. Example number 8. Okay, example number 8. Can you read, Campi?
What?
Can you read this one for me, please? Example number 8. A cinema
A cinema has a
total
total of 280
seats.
this
Seats.
this
Okay, next. There are
147
watching. Oh, people
watching
watching
people watching
a movie.
a movie.
In the
In the
cinema.
cinema now. How many
Seats
seats are
empty.
empty?
Okay, so I'm gonna read one more time. A cinema has a total of 280 seats. There are 147 people watching a movie in the cinema now. How many seats are empty? So in this problem class, in this word problem, all you have to do is just to minus the number of people watching a movie minus the number of seats, which is 280. So that's 280 minus 147. Okay, so here's the solution. Again, 280, this is the number of seats, right? Seats, it's like a chair, okay? Seats where you can sit down and watch movie at the cinema. All right, and then we have 147 people watching a movie in the cinema. So how many seats are empty? Empty means to say no one is sitting to that seat. Empty, no one, okay? Nothing. So here's the solution. 280 minus 147. So first is we have 2 minus the numbers in ones place. So since we cannot minus a smaller number, we will just borrow number to the number in tens place, which is number 8. So number 8 will be canceled, and then this will become number 7. And then we will add 1 to 0. So we have 10 already here. So now we can minus the smaller number to the biggest number or bigger number. So 7 minus 10, that's going to be 3. Okay. So since 8 was canceled, and then it will become 7, we can still minus 4 to 7. So 7 minus 4, that's 3. And then 2 minus 1, that's 1. So the answer for this problem is there are 133 seats are empty. All right. Again, there are 133 seats that are empty. So the answer for this problem is 133. Do you understand? Yes, I do. No, I don't.
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right.
Yes, I do.
All right, now let's proceed to example number 9, which is on page number 48. 48. Example number 9, page number 48. Okay, Brave, can you read example number 48, please? Y and T.
My and T are
Collecting
collecting
seashells,
seashell on the
beach.
bridge.
They
they find
Find
I 284
clam
clam
shells.
shell and 367
Oyster shells.
oyster shell. Where there
Reach
which home 554 clam
shells.
shell and 139
Oyster
oyster shell are
broken.
broken. How many shell are not broken?
Broken.
Broken.
All right, so I'm gonna read one more time. Y and T are collecting seashells on the beach. They find 284 clam shells, okay, and 367 oyster shells. When they reach home, 54 clam shells and 139 oyster shells are broken. How many shells are not broken? Do you understand the question, class? Do you understand the question or the problem?
Yes, I do.
Okay, all right. So here's the solution. Step number 1. Find the total of 284 clam shells and 367 oyster shells, okay? First is we have to add the number of clam shells and oyster shells. So by the way, class, this one is an oyster shell, okay? And then this one is the clam shells, okay? So again, here's the solution. How many number of clamshell again? That's 284, right? And then the number of oyster shells, 367. So it's very easy, class. We just have to add 284 plus 367. Okay, so 4 plus 7, that's 11. 8 carry 1. 8 plus 6, that's 14. Plus 1, that's 15. And then 2, oh, carry 1 over here. So 2 plus 3, that's 5. And then plus 1, that's 6. Okay, so 284 plus 284 clamshell plus 367 oyster shell is equals to 651. So that's the first step, step number 1. Now let's proceed to step number 2. Step number 2, find the total number of broken shells. Okay. So we will add the number of broken shells, okay? So we have number 54. 54 is the number of broken clam shells.
Step 2 is up over there.
I'm sorry? Again, Kampi, what did you say?
Step 2 is up on step 3. On the ground is step 3.
No, we're in step number 2.
Yeah.
We're not in step number 3 yet. We're in step number 2. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, so let's continue. For step number 2, we will add the broken shells, okay? So 54, which is the number of broken clam shells, and then 139, that's the number of broken oyster shells. So let's add this two number, 139 plus 54, okay? So first is we add the number.
Teacher.
Yes, Ashita?
May I go to a toilet, please?
Yes, you may.
Thank
You're welcome. All right, now let's try to add this number. So 9 plus 4, that's 13. So we write 3 over here. And we put 1, or we group 1 to the number in tens place. So 3 plus 5, that's 8. Plus 1, that's 9. And then just bring down 1. So the number of broken shells altogether is 193. Okay, that's step number 2. Now let's proceed to step number 3. Remember that we are looking for the number of shells that are not broken. Okay, not broken. So step number 3, subtract the number of broken shells, which is from step 2, subtract to the number of shells in step number 1, okay? So in step number 1, we have the total number of shells, which is 651, okay? And then in step number 2, we have the total number of broken shells, which is 193. So if we're going to subtract the number of broken shells to the number of not broken shells, it goes like this. 651 minus 193. Since we cannot minus smaller number, we will borrow 1 from 5, okay? So 5 will become 4. And then 1 will become 11. So now we can subtract 3 from 11. So 11 minus 3, that's 8. Okay, and then second, remember that we cancel number 5. So number 5 will become 4. But we cannot minus a smaller number. So what we're going to do is we will borrow 1 from the next number, which is number 6. So number 6 will become 5, and then number 4 will become 14. So now we can minus 9 from 14. So 14 minus 9, that's 5. And then 5 minus 1, that's 4. So class, the answer for this problem is 458, or there are 458 shells that are not broken. Okay? Do you understand? So there are 458 shells that are not broken. Do you understand, class? Yes, I do, or no, I don't? No, I don't, because no answers from you.
Teacher Maria, may I go to toilet, please?
Yes, you may. Okay, let's try to answer this one, class, for you to practice answering or understanding a word problem. Okay, so turn your book to page number 49. Again, turn your book to page number 49. Let's try to answer the following word problems, okay? Number 1. There are 319 girls and 281 boys sitting in the hall. How many pupils are there altogether? Again, there are 319 girls and 281 boys sitting in the hall. How many pupils are there altogether? Anyone?
319 plus 281 equal 600.
Very good, brave. Good job. Okay. So there are 319 girls and 281 boys sitting in the hall. So there are a total of 600 pupils altogether. Very good, brave. Number 2. A baker baked 843 cheese buns, okay? He made 200 more chocolate buns than cheese buns. How many chocolate buns did he make? Again, a baker baked 843 cheese buns, okay? And then he made 200 more chocolate buns than cheese buns. How many chocolate buns did he make?
Eight 143 plus 200 one. Is that?
Is it plus? So here's the solution, class. 843. Yes, that's a plus. Plus 200 is equals to?
Equal 1 kg.
What's the answer? 843 plus 200.
1043.
Okay, so that's 1043. All right. So he made 1043 chocolate buns. Okay, number 3. Hong bought 496 napkins. At the end of the party, 205 napkins were left. How many napkins were used at the party?
496 minus 205 equal 291.
Very good, brave. So there are 291 napkins were used. All right, number 4. Suwan needs to climb 900 steps to reach the temple. He has climbed 494 steps now. How many more steps does he need to climb?
900 minus 494 equal 406.
Very good. So there are, or he needs to climb 406 more steps. Finish?
Finish. Ah, teacher, I done.
Okay. Class, I am going to give you a homework, okay? Your homework is to answer your math workbook on page number 32, 33, and 34. I will assign this to the classroom. Again, your math homework is to answer your math workbook on page number 32, 33, and 34. Okay, don't you worry, I'm gonna assign this to the classroom.
Teacher, page number 33 and 34 and finish.
Oh, are you done? Very good.
Page 34. Open your book on page 34. Yes.
32, 33, and 34.
Teacher, Banban, watch page.
Page number 32, 32, 33, and 34. Some sip song, some sip some, and some sip see.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, so I think that's all for today, everybody. And thank you, students.
Homework is verbal 2.
Workbook, yeah, math workbook. Math workbook. Okay, thank you, students.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye.